So in order not to allow that to happen, they now appoint, or should I say, rig our governors into office. They go to Ohanese, they bribe a few people to go to find they identify one or two people to, should I say, to groom, to do their dirty jobs for them. And what is that dirty job? You saw it in full view and the full display on the 20th. People that claim they went to school, people that claim they are senior advocates, people that claim they're enlightened, were the ones that introduced the tribal and ethnic dimension into that very successful protest. And you can see where we are today. They are rejoicing in the north, they're having fun in the north. That thing they have always done, once again they have done it, but of course they cannot break us. This time around, we just want to let them understand this. The unity between the Igbos and the Yorubas is deeper than NSAS protest. It is far more fundamental than they can even imagine.
Now, is Biafra your only option, or you are willing to work with other so-called oppressed peoples to form a union like it is in the United Arab Emirates?
Everything depends on what the people want. I am a Democrat. I am a Republican by genetic disposition. Anything the people want is what they're going to get. My dream and my mission is Biafra. Let's say during a referendum, people decide we want to be, yes, Biafra is good. We can answer Biafra within a union that comprises of Middle Belt, of Ududuwa and Biafra with a new name. Who am I to say no? I am a Democrat. Whatever the majority decides is what I'm going to do. But as for us, we are pursuing Biafra. And I will also help the Ududuwa people to pursue the Ududuwa Republic. I will help the Middle Belt to do the same. But one thing is paramount. Should our people decide at a referendum or place beside to say we want to maintain a semblance of union with Ududuwa and the Middle Belt, who am I to say no? I am a Democrat and I will go with it. But my primary concern now is the restoration of Biafra.
An audio surfaced recently, I think about 2 weeks ago. It was sent to me by a family member, in which we heard your voice directing your operatives to hit certain targets in Lagos. What led to this in a state that has really embraced the people of Southeast and Southern extractions? If that was your voice, do you regret the action and are you willing to apologize for it?
It is my voice, but what I said was cut and joined together to suit the very message or narrative that our detractors were, should I say, determined to peddle. If you listen to the whole broadcast that I made, you will find out that that very audio that those people, those charlatans put out there in the public domain is not exactly what I intended. But I have said this before and allow me to repeat. If by making the pronouncement that I made on that very day that I was misunderstood, or that the true intentions of what I was wishing or willing to convey was somehow misconstrued, then I apologize for it. Because I believe that it is very, very important that we understand this. I wouldn't want to do anything, either knowingly or unknowingly, to inflame passions in the West. I wouldn't wish to do anything that will cause my Yoruba brothers and sisters alike to think, should I say, to become jittery about what our true intentions are. You made reference to your operatives. I was addressing Nigerian youths right across Nigeria, not just in Lagos. And given the heat of the moment, people were being massacred. I'm not sure that most of those commentators and apologists for Asorok have had their homes invaded before. When Fela speaks, you can hear the way that Fela speaks all the time about Nigerian army and Nigerian police. Why? Because Fela was a witness when his house was invaded and the mother died as a result of it. Something happened to me. As a result of Nigerian military invasion of my house, My father is dead, and my mother is dead as well. So when people like us with a first-hand experience of the brutality of a very primitive security architecture in a country as backward as Nigeria, you can then begin to appreciate where we're coming from. If I spoke out of turn, if people who listened to what I said misunderstood the true intentions behind the words that I uttered that night, then I do unreservedly apologize, because nobody can divide the Yorubas and the Igbos anymore. It's not going to happen. They will try, but they will not succeed. That I can assure them. What is of concern to us is that those responsible for the slaughter of those people are held responsible, the same way I listen to God, that those who are responsible for the murder that Nike ordered today going on in Obi will be held accountable. They will and must be held accountable. I do apologize if I offended anyone, but no offense was intended in the first place. I gave an order to Nigerian youth right across the board to do what they did because the Nigerian state is evil. They believe in killing their own children. They believe in suppressing free speech. They believe in breaking up peaceful assembly with the use of force. That type of nonsense must come to an end. And they must be taught a lesson, and that was exactly what we did.
Okay, let me confess that it was actually that audio that led me to looking for you. You see, I believe that journalists must help their nation to understand some certain people and personalities like yourself. And I want to say at this stage that I'm sending my special thanks to two people. One of them, I can mention publicly, the other would not want me to mention him. And the first is Femi Fanikaude, my very dear friend and brother. I contacted him because I knew there is a special bond between each of you. And he contacted someone else who contacted you. And I want to say thank you to both of them, so they know themselves. What is the relationship between you and Femi that every time I see that you are in the same direction?
He is very brave. He is obeying. He is polished and very arrogant. He is a scholar and a conscientious one at that. You know, in Nigeria you have scholars, people who just study for the sake of it, people who just read for the sake of it. He practicalizes what he understands to be humanity, and that is why I love him, I respect him, and I call him a brother. He epitomizes what any intellectual should aspire to be. You intellectualize that is very true or very good, and then you must have the human side to yourself. He is indeed tribalized, as you well know, and I'm sure that in time to come he will have a very great role to play, if not in Ududuwa, but also in Biafra. If Biafra were to come tomorrow, I will take him. And I'm sure that he will have a lot to contribute in making Biafra a better place for people to be. So I have not only love for him, I also have regard for him. Now, I'm sure you are aware that there are efforts to start a movement that bring the Yorubas and the Igbos together and closer. Are you willing to play a major role in that unit? Yes, we are doing ours on the ground. You saw the protest on the 1st of October right across the world, Yoruba One Voice and IPUB. So we are doing ours. That was why I categorically stated, and without any equivocation, that the bond between the Yorubas and the Igbos can no longer be broken by anybody. They will thrive and they will fail. It can't be broken anymore. So I am more than willing and able to serve in whatever capacity that's required of me to make sure that these two great nations pilot the affairs of black people in Africa going forward. Because without them, Africa is doomed, more or less.
Now, I will plead
Apart from government
with
job, how many
you to
companies?
take the next question very soft. Because as a Christian, I believe my faith teaches me to render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. So which means I respect constituted authority. My question is about your best friend, our president and commander. Now, you propounded this theory of a cloned man, and that our current president is a Sudanese man called Chilobrown. Do you agree that your information might have been wrong, and you are also willing to apologize to him for that error? Anybody can make a mistake.
No, not at all. Buhari is dead and buried in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. Aisha Buhari was there. She came back from what they called a lesser Hajj. She was wearing black. She was mourning. If you look at the pictures that were circulated at that point in time, you will see the smog, or should I say, the forlorn faces of northern governors. A minute silence was held at the AU for a late Buhari. Even Her Britannic Majesty Elizabeth II also penned a condolence message to the people of Nigeria before the cabal took over and asked her to rescind it, which she did. Buhari is dead, and I'm prepared to stake Biafra on it. If you, Dele Momodu, can go and prove to me, I'm not asking you to do anything too complex. If you can go and ask this man who called Buhari, whoever it is in Asarok, to come outside, don't do very much, address a panel of Nigerian youths, maybe 20 of them, and speak Buhari's mother tongue, which is Fufude. I will give up Biafra. I will apologize to him, and I will submit myself to any authority on this earth to do with me as they please. There is no Buhari. Jibril was there. Jibril followed Abakari to Cuba and ran away from there and never came back. The man you have now in Asarok is from the Niger Republic. His name is Yusuf Abubakar Muhammad. That's his name. Yusuf Abubakar Muhammad. Even Shekau knows who he is personally.
If they
and
remain
was mentioning his
powerful,
name as
they
well.
will come shut down
It
the
is not
oil now.
Buhari.
They won't say that they want to
The
survive.
old Buhari that you and I know,
All the things.
the country cannot be burning,
When you shut down
and
the
he will
oil,
restrict
you
himself
don't anything.
to only 12 minutes of edited broadcast. Impossible. Impossible. Anybody that knows Buhari, even if he's dying, he must speak. Because he fought in his own understanding to keep Nigeria warm. Anything that impacts or threatens the territorial cohesion and integrity of Nigeria, the old Buhari, in fact, will be in Lagos. The old Buhari will be in Lagos, I'm telling you. This little Buhari with his fresh hands of a 35-year-old. He cannot wear this. He cannot wear this. Because if he wears this, his ear will bend. Because it's rubber. Silicon. We know about AI technology. It's deep fake. Please Google it. You're a media man, you must know this. I can replicate this by interview with your face showing us having this conversation. But it is not you.
Nobody want to move Buhari
You
now.
also saw that some eagle-eyed
They want to move. Nobody.
investigators.
Waiting, everybody fights now.
That there
Freedom.
was actually a microphone, a loudspeaker on the table. Everything that they claimed that Buhari was saying was coming from a loudspeaker.
They don't want.
From a loudspeaker. Very, very
This
sad.
was
These
not the Cali stand.
are the things that the
When
world
it's
must
steady, they don't
understand and
want.
come to terms with. That
All
the
of
person
us
you are calling Buhari is not
Nobody
Buhari, and I can
knows
stake my
before.
life on it. If it comes out tomorrow and face, or should I say, address any press interview live, that's very much
If he can come tomorrow, They have not left.
A
They
panel
are
of
still
journalists,
here.
not journalists, some of them are corrupt.
Because this was this. If you listen to Nnamdi Kalu's speech, you will see it's still Buhari
There is no
you.
Buhari.
They are the ones causing this problem, not
You claim you're proud of,
we.
and that country is
They
run
don't want to
by
remove their hand
10
from
minutes
that
videos recorded.
Okay,
Every
master.
They don't want to remove their hand from that oil.
Every promise you issue,
The thing they don't know what they are doing.
to address 200 million people. What an insult.
See, when British remove their hands from you, that's when you govern yourself.
People are
As
agitating their
Nigeria
beverage.
is like this, British, you're not the owner. You're not the one that has Nigeria.
You are correct.
You are not the one that has Nigeria.
I did international.
And no sensible person.
You're not the one that has Nigeria.
The powerful country, they are controlling this country. You are
Please
correct.
don't stake your life on it.
Nnamdi Kalu is fighting for freedom for everybody, not
that is alive.
West. It's everybody that is
I
fighting
have
for
been meeting
freedom
Buhari
for.
since 2010.
You're not the owner of
And the
Nigeria.
last time I met him was 2 years ago inside Asu Rock with a former president, Africa. I met him, we interacted, he cracked jokes.
Me, I've gone far. I've seen everything. Not your Buhari is not even ruling Nigeria. It's Buhari ruling Nigeria. But put Buhari for there for sake.
Theme of the campaign, and yes, you could have your theory. Why you think? You see, my own theory is different because a lot of people thought that he would die and God will restore his life, and I think that is why he is dead. I am personally convinced that if I die, I believe that a man